What's up, everybody? John Morgan. I'm so sorry I'm all sweaty and it's dark and the lighting sucks. I've been super busy. I'm only home working for 2 days this week, in between being in wine tasting with my wife and family down south in Australia, 2 days back in Gold Coast working, and then I'm heading tomorrow to the Outback to do some camping and for 5 days. So I've been super jammed with work, but I want to get a video together and get it out this week as well. So an idea, an insight, a metaphor that came up during coaching today with one of my long-standing clients. It's about redlining and what happens when you're redlining in your business or in your life and your productivity. What do you do when you feel like you are so tapped and you're doing so much work that you just can't handle it anymore? It's like stressing you out. Well, look, obviously you want to do less because you don't want to be so stressed and you want to be more relaxed. And when you're relaxed and you're in your flow and you're going slow, you're actually more connected to source and you're more connected to what's true for you and you're tapped into your intuition. All that stuff is true and I talk about that usually, but today I want to talk about the external aspect of it. Like, well, how do you do less but actually keep going at that same speed? And so the metaphor we came up with was like redlining in a car. When you're redlining, you don't slow the car down, you don't actually change your velocity, you put the clutch in and you shift gears up. And you shift gears. You go from first to second, second to third, whatever, third to fourth. You shift gears up. And then what happens? You maintain the same velocity, but the engine just chills out. The engine actually quiets down. The actual work you're doing is less, but the speed maintains. And so, for example, my client right now, she's about going off on a vacation, holiday for a couple weeks, and that's pushing the clutch down. And when she comes back, her whole kind of what she's going to do is shift the way she's working. She's going to slow down and start working on a new project, take things off the table, but the things she's going to be doing, and here's the important part where the metaphor comes to life, her focus is, well, what does it mean? If I were to go into the next gear, what would that be? What would I be doing differently that would have me overall moving at the same velocity, but me being in a totally new gear? So the work that I'm doing, albeit that it's less, it has higher impact, it has higher output. And so what I want you to start thinking about is, if I'm totally maxed right now, how can I do less work and have more impact and more output by doing less work, which is essentially you shifting gears up. So if you're redlining and you're maxed out, how can you do less work and have either equal or greater output by doing less work? That's upshifting, which is a big difference, subtle, but also a big difference between downshifting or just letting your foot off the gas. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about hitting the brakes. We're not talking about downshifting. We're not talking about going to neutral. We're not talking about just doing less and creating less. We're talking about doing less work and creating more output. And I love paradoxes, right? I love the idea that I could do less and create more output. And when you first think about it, that's impossible. But actually, it's not impossible because every single car on the road does it every single second of every single day. It's happening right now. Right now, somebody's putting in the clutch and the car is shifting and the engine's doing less work and the car's going as fast and starting to go even faster as more work gets put in. Upshift. If you're redlining, upshift. What's your clutch? What's your next gear? Comments, feedback below. If you can think of specific examples that resonate for you, share it with me. I love to hear the feedback when these metaphors ring true and they give you new insight and ideas into what you can do to create more productivity that leads to more purpose and passion in your life and more prosperity as well. Again, sorry about the sweat, sorry about the darkness, sorry about the crap lighting. Much love and talk to you soon. Peace.